Hi, I'm Lynn.
And I'm Leo. Welcome back to Yoga with Lynn and Leo.
And welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be practicing Bharadvajasana II. So this is a really challenging pose for so many people. So we're going to come at it really with a stiff body. So if you find this very challenging, you can see there's quite a bit of equipment here.
More even than I thought. Okay. So although this is on our introductory syllabus in the Iyengar system, it's not really a twist for beginners because it's such a challenging pose. So certainly, you know, if you're completely new to yoga, this is not your first twist that you would be practicing.
Yes, I mean, some people are very flexible and they can move their legs around and they can come into this pose for sure, but be cautious when the hips are stiff and, you know, obviously the folds are difficult.
It's easy to damage your knees if you start pulling them about before you're ready to go into this pose. So just be aware of the fact that you need to be very careful when you're coming into it.
Certainly. So you can see here we've got quite a bit of equipment.
Alright, I'm sitting on two foam pads. We've got this Zaffis cushion here, but you know, you might have a cushion around that would be suitable to use. We've got a yoga belt, we've got a brick, and we've actually got 4 blankets, one of which we've rolled up. So you might not have all of this equipment, you might have to substitute with other things, but it will become clear as we go along.
So if this is, if you're new to Bharadvajasana II, or you're just watching to just see how to come into it, Leo is going to show you the pose. Bending the first leg into a Virasana action and then coming into Padmasana. Now, in some of our sequencing, this leg has been in Baddha Konasana, but now we're taking it to the next step. So you can see here with Leo's pose that it's a quite challenging pose because there's a slight lean that comes over to one side. So we're going to try and lift the whole pose up. So it's happening, but some of you who find this very challenging or you need to get a little bit more extension in it, then we're going to show you how you're going to do that. Now, you can see all of these props here. Now we're going to take Leo very high. Now, don't worry about the height because actually for the legs to go down, you need to go up. So you can see here, Leo's got 2 foam pads and 2 blankets. So that's quite a lot of height here. So she's going to sit on these supports and
fall off.
Oh yes, yes. We need the supports just a little bit further around. That's it. Alright, so coming into the first stage of the pose, into the Virasana action. And then coming into the Padmasana action. You can see here we've got a brick, so you may go a little bit lower or you may want to come at this height. So this encourages the leg to go down, You can see here that this downward action. So this is really nice because the leg is supported. So I'm going to just support the knee as well so we haven't got anything floating around. So Leo is in this position like this. So you can see that actually the knee is support, but there's the lift and there is this moving down of the thigh and then lifting up through the centre of the body. And of course, the final action of the pose is catching the foot, and a lot of people find that quite difficult. You can see that Leo can do this, but she's just going to show with the belt. So although it looks like there's an awful lot of equipment, by getting this action, you're starting to work towards the pose and then lifting up and getting that turn for Bharadvajasana II. So we're going to come out of the pose and we're going to come to the other side now. So you may find that you've got a good side and a difficult side. So Leo's just going to undo her legs carefully and then stretching the legs out and coming to the other side. So again, I can't emphasize enough, don't worry about how much height you use. If you need the height to get any movement in the hips, then you're making a start on the pose. It's very challenging, as Leo was saying. And then coming into the action, I'm just going to come round and give Leo a little bit of support this side. There we go. That's it. So she can come into this supported action and then taking them out and holding. So you can see that actually the pose is really nicely compact and there's a lift in the action. So if you find this pose challenging or you're working towards it, then this is one of the ways that you can practice. Everything is supported, it's safe, and you're getting somewhere in it. And then Leo's going to release. And again, come out carefully. Just slowly unfold the legs, release the supports, and then stretching the legs out and give them a really good extension in Dandasana with the legs out in front. Okay, well done.
So you could see possibly from that with the supports I got a much better pose than just doing, although I can just about get away with doing the pose on the floor. It gives me a much better lift and a much better twist if I have those supports there. And as Lynn says, some of you may be quite flexible and may be able to fold into that quite easily. But a lot of our students have problems with that.
Yeah. It's lifestyle. Hips get really stiff, don't they?
Absolutely, they do, yes. So thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial and we hope to see you again next time. Namaste.